Hello, English 145 students, and welcome to week 7 here in the English Writing Center. So, week 7 now has us back on our regular schedule. Last week we were closed for Monday and Tuesday, so remember to receive your signature on week 6, which was last week. We are not holding students accountable for this work. So, I'm here today to run down the week 7 work so we all know what to do. So the first thing we should do is obviously go to modules here. Once we've done that, like always, let's scroll down to the week that we're on. And let's go and we'll click on assignment 7 here. So as we open it up, we can see that we're going to be reading something for assignment 7. So it says for project 7, you will be reading and annotating. And just in case you need a little refresher, annotating is taking notes or making marks directly on an article or a reading, and we're going to do that for an article from the LA Times. We have a printed copy of the article. You can ask anyone that's working in the lab, and we'll provide you with this. And then after you're done reading the article, you're going to answer some questions about it. So this week is all about reading comprehension and analysis of a reading, two skills that are really important when it comes to college English. So taking notes is going to be crucial. It is really going to help you out once you move from the reading portion to the actual writing portion. You're going to have stuff to draw from. You're going to have some clues that you've given yourself. And again, it's going to make your time doing the writing a whole lot easier. So the first thing that it actually wants us to do is to read about close reading and annotation. This might be review for some of us, but I recommend that everyone reads this. Really knowing how to close read, really knowing how to annotate, again, is a skill that is really, really valuable when it comes to your time in college. So you're going to do that. And then the next thing that you're going to do is, read some of this information below that just gives you a little bit more about annotation. So once you've done that, like it says here, it's time to practice annotating. So again, we have printed copies of the article in the lab, or you can simply just click on the link here and it'll open it up in Microsoft Word, or you can click right here, preview the document, and it'll actually open up the article right here in Canvas. And you can see it's just kind of loading slowly, but it will show up there. So once you're done doing that, you've made annotations on the printed copy, or made some notes if you decided just to read it online. What you're going to do is just go ahead to next, and let's go to the project. So it says here for project 7, you'll answer several questions about the article you read and annotated. Hopefully the annotations you have made on the article will help you identify the important information in this article. So it says answering these questions will help you build towards summarizing an article, which you will do in project 8 next week. So it sort of has an example of annotation, what our article should probably look like, with some highlighting, some underlining, some notes here in the margin. And then we have our questions here. So what's the title? Who wrote the article? When was it written? This might seem pretty simple, but this is actually a question or something that most students look over and forget, or even sometimes get wrong when they're writing a paper or when they're providing some writing on an article. It asks what the thesis of the reading is. What is the argument that the author is making? And how did you identify the thesis? Did you underline it? Did you highlight or copy it? What are some of the key words or phrases that the author uses? How did you identify those? Are there any words that you were unfamiliar with? And it asks you to provide the definitions. What are some details that the author used to support their point or their thesis? And then finally, it asks you to review your answers. Are all the marks you would make the same, or would you differ depending on what you are noting? How would you improve your annotation style? So before, it was just you annotating on your own. Now you're looking back after answering all of these questions. Would you have marked anything else in the article, now knowing that these were the questions that were being asked of you? So once you're done doing that, you just hit submit. Remember to initially type out your response. You're going to hit that submit assignment box that was up here. You can copy and paste the questions into the text here, or you can simply just begin by typing out your responses. Remember, it is always good to begin your responses by restating the question. That way your reader knows exactly what you're responding to. So once you're done with that, remember to call over a tutor, then give you a signature on week 7. If you haven't gotten one on week 6, they'll give you one as well. And as always, let's go ahead and check out some of the optional assignments for the week. So scrolling down to week 7 here, we can see we have a week 7 in the news. This is always my favorite one to promote because it asks us about current events and it asks us to engage with those current events. So this one is actually asking us about the debate that took place on Sunday. I talked about this debate with my class and many of the students had pretty strong opinions regarding it. So take a look at this article. There's a question right on the end that asks us to, respond to, and that's it. So please let us know if you have any questions, and I wish you the best of luck in the lab this week, and let us know if you need any help. All right, have a good one.